Wings of Hope butterfly event is always a fun time every year. My family looks forward to it. I bring my daughters and my wife, and we just enjoy the time to be able to spend remembering those who have passed away over the year. I always think about the patients that I've taken care of, and especially when we review the names and we have the memorial service for them. We also enjoy the focus on a more, that symbolism of the butterfly is just so hopeful and encouraging that there's a change and an opportunity for going in a different direction. So one thing that we try to do at LECOM VNA is to help the patient and their family members who have been so focused on the disease process and the seriousness of everything that's going on, and take their minds off of that, right? Some doctor has told them you have less than 6 months left to live. And it can be so easy to focus on that and get depressed and discouraged. And so what we do is we come in and we start to provide extra care and help them to get their minds off of the dying process and focus on, this is an opportunity to create new memories, to have new experiences, to reestablish relationships or rebuild relationships, and really to get your mind off the disease and focus on living, having a better quality of life, and just being happier and finding happiness and joy again in life. For instance, one patient that we had that we were taking care of, he wanted to go camping. More than anything, I asked him, hey, what do you like to do? And he said, I love to go camping. And I haven't been camping in a long time. He had lung issues, and it was just difficult to leave home because he was kind of attached to the oxygen tank. And so what we did is we coordinated a way that we could get a portable oxygen tank that he could take with him out camping that would last the whole time, battery powered. And he packed up his fishing rods and his camping gear and went with his family, and they had an enjoyable weekend camping at his favorite spot, favorite cabin, and that made him happy, and that brought him joy, and he couldn't stop talking about it the rest of the time that we were taking care of him. Another experience we had a man that wanted to go on a trip out to Presque Isle and see Presque Isle again and go out on the beach. And so we organized transportation and a day where we could go and take him out so that he could see the beach again. And that's what we try to do. Again, taking their mind off of the death and dying process and the disease and the depressing thoughts, and trying to uplift them, give them a great experience, build new memories, and help them to connect with family again. We also had another patient that we took care of where she wanted to die in her home, in the place that her husband and she lived. They raised their children there, and so we took care of her at home. And one day, she was looking out the window, and one of our nurses asked, you look sad, what's wrong? And she said, you know what, I just wish that I could see our fountain running again. And come to find out, there's a little history with that fountain, that her husband had built it when they first moved into that home when they were newlyweds. And it had been several years since it had worked. And so what we did as a team was we reached out to a number of organizations locally and made it happen so that we could get the fountain painted, a beautiful color, restored to its original color. The masonry was cleaned up and everything, and we were able to get it running again so that she could enjoy that the last few days before she passed away. One thing that we use the butterfly funds for, we call them our butterfly funds, is we use those funds to help make these experiences possible. We use these funds to help get people transportation to events that they want to go to. to help restore the fountain and get the oxygen concentrator for that guy that went camping. The butterfly funds help us to be able to provide these opportunities, these experiences, and help the patients. We also use these funds for little things. We once had a patient that what she loved more than anything was poetry. And so we bought her an anthology of 100 classical poems that she could sit in bed and enjoy and read. And that was just a small thing that we could do. And so those butterfly funds, they're important. I believe they're important. That's why I donate to the Butterfly Fund. And it would be amazing. The more funds we have, the more that we can do for our patients.